Okay, so for some of you, your GitHub is just, I don't know what happened, and you're just not able to get your things pushed onto GitHub, and you're having to start manually uploading, and we don't want to do that because that really kind of defeats the purpose of having the GitHub and having everything set up. So if your GitHub has basically gone completely bonkers, we'll go ahead and I'll show you how to just like fix it so you can have your nice GitHub folder for the class. So I'm going to navigate to where my bioinformatics information is for the class. And that's this folder here. So navigate to the folder. And again, you see that I have my hidden files here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove Git because it's broken. It's just not working. I'm having to manually do stuff. I'm having a huge problem. So I'm going to remove the entire Git folder. So you use the command rm -R.git. That removes the whole Git folder. Oh my gosh, it's going to ask me all these error messages. That's fine. Okay, well that's annoying. So if it does that on your computer, the other thing you can do is just delete it. Okay, so it's gone. Perfect. So I got rid of that folder. If you want to see hidden folders, there's a way, let's see here. So see hidden folders on Mac. So if you do that, it will allow you to see the hidden folders. Just follow the instructions here. See hidden folders PC, right? So you can file it or, follow the instructions here if you have a PC. Okay, I've deleted in here, I've deleted my Git folder. And so now I want to kind of like restart. So I'm also going to delete the current repository I have. So to delete my repository, I'm going to go up here. You saw I went up here to settings, all the way down to the bottom. Delete the repository. I want to delete it. Unexpected bad things will happen. Yes, I understand. So we'll type what it says. Bioinformatics, delete. Okay, hold on. Let me find my phone and do that real quick. Okay. I moved all my apps around, so I'm looking on my phone for that silly app. Okay, I found it. Got it. Enter verification request. If you don't have the app set up, it's probably not going to give you that message, but I do. So there we go. Okay, so I deleted it. Everything's gone. And now I'm just going to go ahead and set up a new repository. I'm still going to call it bioinformatics because it's for the class. I'm going to create the repository. Okay, remember we click SSH. We have our instructions here, but I'm not quite ready yet. So I'm going to go back into Terminal. I'm going to show you my Finder. So you see that I've got bioinformatics. I have a git ignore file already, but you may not, and that's okay. But either way, we'll get your git ignore file going. So we'll do git init dot within the bioinformatics folder. So in the bioinformatics folder. Okay, so now it created the empty repository. Now what I want to do is I want to go in and see which files do I need to exclude because they are too big. So we cannot do anything bigger than 25 megabytes. So look at your file sizes in here. I know that everything in this folder is an okay size, so that's fine. I think in the Proca, everything is okay too. Yep, nothing bigger than 25. Now, of course, my sequencing files are too big, so I'm going to do pico.getignore. Okay, so I've excluded .gz files, I've excluded .fastq files, so that should exclude anything that has, so you have the asterisk, .gz, it should exclude all gz files. Asterisk.fastq, so if yours unzipped, they'll probably be even bigger, so you can exclude them that way. The other option is you can delete them off your computer or move them, move the sequencing files like that have the actual sequencing reads, move them out of your bioinformatics directory. But you know, the proper way to do it is to set up the getignore. So let's look in here. Do I have anything else that's bigger than 25? No, so that's fine. Microbiome, do I have anything bigger than 25? Yes, right? I have this classifier.qza is pretty big. This demux.qza is also pretty big. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna modify this. I'm gonna add demux.qza. Even though it's under 25, I just don't wanna like push it. So I'm just gonna leave it that way. I'm also going to exclude that classifier. So I'm gonna do star classifier dot qza. Make sure, so my .gz are excluded, so that's good. It'll exclude those sequences. And I spelled classifier wrong, so let me go back and fix how I spelled that. Classifier, okay. So then, is there anything else that's too big? Right, no, everything else looks fine. Okay, so then that should be my getignore file for now. I'll exit, save it, and I'm done. Okay. Now I want to see, you know, what files are ready to go to my remote repository or my online repository. So we'll do git status. Okay, and it has these things here. So what I want to do is I want to git add assembly and annotation, microbiome tutorial, and my README file. Okay, then let's check git status and see how that looks. Okay, all of those things are in green. But now let's make sure those big files aren't in there. So remember, I did not want my demux.qza because it was really big and it's not listed. It has demux details, demux.qzv. That's fine. If I look in here, I also did not want my EMP sequences. So that's not listed. That's good. I did not want the classifier. The classifier is not listed. Let's make sure in the core metric results, right? Nothing is too big. Okay, and then in my assembly and annotation, I don't want my sequences because they're too big. So let's go ahead and make sure that they're not in there. So if I go, here's my sequencing folder or my, you know, assembly and annotation folder, Abyss output, that's fine. Spades output, that's fine. Code, that's good. Proca, that's fine. But I don't see the sequences, and that's good. So, you know, you need to check and make sure that those big files are not being added. If they accidentally happen to be added in here for some reason, maybe like I misspelled my getignore file right at first, you can do git rm and type the name of the file and it will remove it from the add. Okay, So now all of my files look okay. So now I'm going to do git commit with the message of first upload. Okay, and everything's happy, no problems because my files are not too big. Now this is when we go to the website and we see we want to push an existing repository from the command line. So we select that box. So I just clicked on the box to copy it. I go back to my terminal window and paste everything. And let's see what happens. Okay, so it looks like here I've got no errors, no warnings. Let's see what it looks like on my website. Okay, my two folders are here with all of the subfolders. That's great. My microbiome tutorial is here with the subfolders. That's great. I've got my README file, which you can create as you're setting up your repository, or you can add it later. You don't have to do that at this point. And now let's say you've done another thing, right? You did your assembly, I can't even spell this morning, assembly and annotation section report, right? You did all that and you have all those files in there. This is now the only new thing that you need to add. When you need to add the new thing, right, you go in your main folder only because that's where the Git is set up. So I'm in my main folder and now I want to add my new folder to my Git. So I'll check inside, make sure I don't have any big files. If I have big files, right, pico.gitignore, okay, make sure that either the ending is excluded or type in the full file name to exclude it. I didn't have any changes, so that looks good. So now I'm going to do git status. Okay, my folder is empty. Let me create a file in there. So let me do touch. What's that folder? Assembly and annotation section report demo. Okay, so let's see if it made a file. It did. So it made a file in there. Hi, this is my demo file. Perfect. Great. Now we'll do git status. I guess it doesn't like the empty folder. That's fine. Oh, okay, cool. I have a new folder. So I'm going to do git add assembly and annotation section report. Let's see, git status. Okay, it's going to add that new file, the demo.txt. Okay. And then I can do git commit. So I forgot to type that I wanted to do a message there, so I'm going to do a message here, and I'm going to say new folder. That's fine. Exit. Yes. Enter. Okay, so it committed it. Now I can push. Okay, it says that worked. Let's refresh and see how that looks. Okay, that looks great. But now I don't want it anymore. Let's say I messed up my organization and I actually want to embed this folder in here. What do I do? So I moved my second folder into that first folder. Let's do git status and see what has changed here. So what I need to do is I need to git add assembly and annotation section report. Let's see, git status. Okay. Changes, so deleted. So we can do git remove the assembly and annotation set. Oh, it already removed it. That's fine. Okay. So we'll do git commit with our message moved folder. Okay, git push. Now let's see what happens. So in here, I have my moved folder. Okay, it deleted that. So what we want to do, we'll do git remove assembly and annotation section report demo.txt. I don't know if I typed that right. We'll see. Git status. I did. Okay. So it removed, it's going to remove that folder now. So remember, I'm not doing anything online. I'm doing it all in the terminal. So let's do git commit message, delete folder. Okay, git push. Okay, let's refresh. And now it deleted that folder that was in there. It has moved my section report folder into there. And now I have, you know, my clean bioinformatics folder the way I want it. But of course, I actually don't want that embedded folder in there. I want my section report separately. I'm gonna move that to the trash because it's not anything I really want. Now let's see what it says. Git status. Oh, it says I deleted that assembly and annotation section report. Okay, so git remove. The only part that is sucky is that we have to type it all out. Assembly and annotation. Because it's been deleted, it won't tab through. Assembly and annotation section report demo.txt. So I must have typed something. Yep, I did. I typed it wrong. I can see right here I forgot the D in and. So I have to type it all again. That's fine. Git remove. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, paste it, and then go in here, add my and. Okay, assembly and annotation section report demo.txt. Okay, so that looks like it worked. Let's check, git status. Okay. And then all we have to do is git commit delete folder. Okay, git push. Okay, and then let's see what happened. Make sure that folder's not in there. So now that folder's not in there. Okay, so, you know, when you're doing git, just be really careful to not try to work so quickly. Like, just try to work carefully and really make sure. The thing that's gonna bork it the most is if you are not working in your bioinformatics folder. You have to be in the bioinformatics folder where you set up the git folder. Or if you're trying to upload something that's too large. And it's just really complicated once you push something that's too large and then it wants to take it back, then you have to start over. But you can see that it's still, even though we had to start over, it really didn't take that long. So please make sure that you're really carefully going through your git, checking once you do the add. If it added a file that looks too big, make sure you remove that file from the commit so that it won't be pushed up, okay? So if you have any other questions, of course, feel free to email me or ask me in class or come to office hours.